So welcome back to another rebuild here on NBA 2K24 Next Gen. Today's video, we are back with another throwback rebuild in the LeBron era, and it's the Cleveland Cavaliers. So yes, this is the first season after LeBron departed Cleveland, made his way over to Miami, and this Cleveland Cavaliers team absolutely stinks. Now, in real life, they ended up getting relatively lucky. They won 19 games during the regular season. It was the second worst record. Did end up with the #1 overall pick and obviously drafted Kyrie Irving. Kind of changed the way the NBA landscape ended up, because if this team ends up with, I don't know, say the 5th overall pick or something, they don't get Kyrie. Who knows if LeBron ends up coming back to Cleveland at all. So our goal today, rewrite history a little bit, obviously in this 3-year window, see if we can get this Cleveland Cavaliers team a championship. As always, let me know any other video ideas down below in the comment section. I've been really kind of enjoying kind of the pattern we've been doing in some of these rebuilds, going back and forth between some historic rebuilds, rebuild challenges. So if you guys have any rebuild ideas you guys really want to see, make sure to let me know those all down below in the comment section. But yeah, man, this is obviously going to be the most challenging rebuild we've done in the LeBron era so far. Obviously, we already went ahead, did the Miami Heat, did the Oklahoma City Thunder. Those teams were in much better spots than, yeah, this Cavs team is right now, because it ain't pretty, I'll tell you that. Let's get into it. I know I've already said this roster is not pretty, but I just want to go ahead and show you guys this roster right now. So starting out here at the point guard spot, Mo Williams had a pretty decent NBA career. I will say that. But at this point in time, he's an 80 overall. He's 27 years old. Is on a multi-year deal, so hypothetically, I could keep him if I wanted to. But for me right now, in the situation that I'm in with this team, I'm not going to try to compete. You know, maybe there's an argument to keep some of our players on multi-year deals that are relatively good, but I don't want to be anywhere near good. I want to suck. I want to tank. I want to have a good draft pick. That's just the way it's going to go for me. So we'll see. Decision has not been made. Daniel Gibson. Is this Booby Gibson? I believe it is. He's 24 years old, is 76 overall. Norm Houston, whoever the hell this person is. I don't think they're real. But, yeah, 66 overall. Anthony Parker here at the shooting guard spot, 75 overall. Marty Lynch, there's no way he is real. And then Chad Thomas. Sounds like, I'm never going to say that. Oh, my God. Okay. The small forward spot, Jamario Moon, all-time name. I'll say that. He's not an all-time player, unfortunately. But, yeah, he's 30 years old, and he's a 72 overall on a 2-year deal, to be fair. Antoine Jamison is here. He's the highest overall player on this team right now. He is an 83 overall, and as I mentioned before, I could keep him because he's on a multi-year deal. But that 34 years old kind of scares me. Now, I know if I went ahead and sim this season, wait until the offseason to trade him, that overall is not going to change at all. But for me, I might as well just go ahead and move him right now. I want to suck. I think he could help us win a few games. Obviously don't want that. JJ Hickson is here. He's only 22 at this point in time. Again, maybe there's a little bit of potential there at this point in time and, you know, in this situation. But for me, I don't know. I don't think he's going to be a building block of this team, to be quite honest with you. Anderson Varejao obviously is here. I don't know. He's Anderson Varejao. I mean, again, he's not the worst option at the center spot, but he's definitely not the best either. So he is here, and we have about 42 other centers on this roster. We have Ryan Hollins, king of the all-time bad takes. We have Leon Poe here, Celtics legend Leon Poe. Samardo Samuels, could be real. Carlos Martinez, and Sidney Farmer. God, these 2K auto-generated players get some weird names, I will say that. You know, I want to suck. I don't think that should be really shocking. I've said it now like 16 times, and I'm going to make sure we suck. So we definitely have a few trades in this unrealistic Cavs rebuild. Our first trade's going to come here with the Memphis Grizzlies. Now, this deal isn't exactly the one I was expecting to make. I was going to go ahead and move Antoine Jamison, try to receive some draft capital in return, but Mike Conley right now is only 23 years old. I will say he's entering the final year of that rookie contract, so I am going to have to pay the man this offseason, but ultimately he's 23 years old. He's an 83 overall, and I think he'll develop quite nicely for us here in Cleveland. So I'm going to make this trade, get a little bit younger. Ultimately, maybe not the best trade in the world for, you know, I guess immediate non-success, if you want to kind of word it like that, but we still get a really good player there, and we're definitely not done making trades. We're making a big deal here with the Sacramento Kings. We're going to be sending them Mo Williams and Anderson Varejao for their unprotected first-round pick in next year's draft. It's 2012, not 2011. We're getting Beno Udrih back as well. Now, this Sacramento Kings pick, maybe it's good, maybe it's not, but at the end of the day, we're getting a draft asset for 2 players that weren't going to be on this team long-term anyways. I mean, we look at this Kings team, they might end up sucking either way. So, I mean, it depends how Boogie Cousins probably progresses. But this is an unprotected first-round pick at the end of the day. And then Beno Udrih could be somebody that I just trade immediately because, again, he's a 79 overall. That's a pretty decent overall. I have Daniel Gibson here to back up Mike Conley, so that's fine. So let's just see what we can get for Beno Udrih. Again, another draft piece would be really, really nice. Again, Doesn't have to be anything too great. That's not bad there from the Bulls. The Bulls are just a really good team right now. I don't know how valuable that draft pick will be, but I'm not really seeing anything else I love. I see this deal here with Denver. Goes ahead and trades me Kenyon Martin for an unprotected first. Denver, is this yeah, this is Melo, right? Yeah. So Melo's here. I mean, to be fair, you have like guys like Chauncey Billups, a little bit older, but you do have some nice young players. But still a first-round pick. I'll take it. We get Kenyon Martin back as well. And then, yeah, I mean, I know this is taking a while, and holy shit, I might have to start one of these two. Gibson 6'2", Conley 6'1". So, yeah, this team's going to stink. I think that kind of goes without being said. Kenyon Martin, maybe if I can just pick up some sort of shooting guard that's, you know, like a 74 overall, I can go ahead and do that. Jamal Crawford, don't really need Jamal Crawford right now. Shannon Brown is here from the Lakers. Not the worst thing in the world, but I also have to... What is this contract? Yeah, no fucking thank you. All right, I know I'm taking a while right now. Like, Ben Gordon on a multi-year deal, that's fine. We're going to take Ben Gordon on a multi-year deal. So, yeah, this team, I think we've successfully done what we've been trying to do and make this team completely just stink. And I think that's a pretty good job of doing that. So, I mean, unless anybody wants any of these, like, auto-generated, you know, players that are just not real for maybe a draft pick or something... No, nothing. All right, fuck it. Let's set the rotation. I think it would be a safe bet that this is not going to be a good team here in year one. Obviously, that was our goal throughout this entire start of this rebuild. And, yeah, we're going to likely be successful, barring something absolutely crazy, Mike Conley turning into, like, prime Michael Jordan. So, obviously, he's starting at point guard for us. We've newly acquired Ben Gordon here at the shooting guard spot. Jamario Moon at the 3, J.J. Hickson at the 4, and then Ryan Hollins here at the center spot. Bench unit is going to be led by Boobie Gibson, Jason Maxiel, Samardo Samuels, Marty Lynch, Jim Edwards. I mean, I have no idea who these people are, but yeah, we're going to be bad at that. Was my end goal. We do have our first round pick this year. I did check just to, you know, make sure, but yeah, we're going to obviously have likely a, you know, a top 3 pick and probably the worst record in the league. So here goes nothing, man. It's going to be painful, but it's going to be worth it in the end. I'll see you guys at the end of year one. Year one is over, and I'm glad that it is. We won 11 games on the season, all likelihood giving us the worst record in the league, and that's exactly what we were going for. Our old friend, LeBron James, winning an MVP his first season in Miami. Blake Griffin is your rookie of the year. Manu Ginobili, 6th man. Dwight Howard's your depoy. Marcin Gortat, most improved. Good for you. And Spo wins coach of the year as the Miami Heat win 70 games. I don't think the Heat ever won 70 when LeBron was there. I think they capped out like, what, 65, 67, something like that? I don't know. Maybe I'm making things up. All right, so let's take a look at the standings. I think it's a safe bet that, yes, 11 wins is the worst in the East, and it is the worst record in all of basketball. I'm almost, like, hesitant to take a look at these numbers. I have to imagine Mike Conley, was a leading scorer. J.J. Hickson averaged a double-double, maybe getting that trade value up a little bit. Ben Gordon, Boobie Gibson, Jamario Moon, Hollins, Lynch, Samuels. I mean, this is just... This ain't pretty. Rebounds, Hickson, and assists was Mike Conley. So let's just sim through the playoffs real quick, see what ends up happening here. Real life, it was the Heat and the Mavericks. Obviously, Dallas ended up winning it all, and the Celtics get a championship here. Rajon Rondo, Finals MVP. I wish the Celtics got a second one with that core. Fortunately, they were just a little too old. All right, so player retirements. Well, Shaq got one with the Celtics. That's funny. That would put a Celtics Shaq meme to a whole new use. Okay, staff retirements, Hall of Fame inductees, Shaquille O'Neal, jersey retirements, historic changes. Yeah, luxury tax. Yeah, we see these every time I do a LeBron era rebuild. All right, so this is a very big moment for us. Obviously, at this era, at this point in time, it wasn't that the bottom 3 teams all have the same odds at number 1. So we have a highest % chance at the number 1 overall pick. Can we get that pick? We cannot. We fall to number 3, obviously. Why wouldn't we? All right, so that does kind of suck. I mean, obviously, the 2011 draft class, Kyrie Irving went number 1 overall in real life to Cleveland. You have guys like Kawhi Leonard in here. I'm pretty sure Jimmy Butler is in here. So there's definitely some talent, and we are going to have to make a decision what we want to do. Wow. So I don't know if those ratings are, you know, I'm not going to sit here and pretend that Byron Scott's in like GOAT conversations, but those ratings might be a little disrespectful. I'm going to move on. I can't do anything with that. That's just ridiculous. This feels like a good day to go out and sign Mike Stauffer as our head coach. It feels like one of those days he could definitely be used well. So we're up to the draft right now. Obviously, the 3rd overall pick is still a really good pick, even if it is not number 1. Taking a look at this draft class, you know, Kawhi, Kyrie Irving. Obviously, there is definitely some talent here. If I'm thinking like pure number 1, it's probably between Kawhi and Kyrie Irving. Now, I did go ahead and trade for Mike Conley. So I'm not saying that that doesn't allow me to draft Kyrie Irving, but if we're looking at this from the grand scheme of things and, you know, revision is history, maybe they still draft Kyrie number 1 overall. If you know what you knew about Kawhi Leonard now, you probably take Kawhi number 1 overall. Just an observation. I'm going to try to trade up and get Kawhi because I am comfortable with Mike Conley. I think he played well his first season here for us, and obviously he's going to be entering free agency, so definitely something to keep in mind. But I'm going to try to trade up and get number 1, who is currently owned by the Grizzlies, so hang with me. Alrighty, so this is the 3rd overall pick. This is Ben Gordon, and this is number 1 overall. Let's make a deal. How about it? Nope? Okay, didn't think so. In terms of other players, like if you want Jamario Moon, if there's any value there, I mean, I'm just trading off players that aren't even going to be here. Jason Maxiell, they can't afford that at this point in time. So it's got to be draft picks. You want the number 1 overall pick in round 2? How about that? And then how about another second? Nope. How about one more second? I'm not trying to give up another first. Wow, they agreed to that. All right, which means Kawhi Leonard is officially going to be a Cleveland Cavalier. I mean, again, I just kind of went over all of this, but I think Kawhi is the best player from this draft class. It's not a shot at Kyrie or Jimmy Butler or Klay Thompson, any of these guys, but I think it's a pretty safe bet that Kawhi Leonard is probably the right draft pick here. So welcome to Cleveland, Kawhi Leonard. Obviously, real life, Kawhi was ended up drafted by the Indiana Pacers, if you did not know that. All right, so Hollins accepts his player option. We'll bring back Hickson because he's only $2.5 million, even less actually. And he had a really good year for us, and he's an 80 overall. Conley is 100% getting qualified. He's probably our point guard for the entire video today. And then we take a look at free agency here. I mean, obviously there are some really good players. I mean, we look at Carmelo Anthony. Al Horford could be an option for us. Joakim Noah. We definitely have some spots to fill on this roster. I think starting out with a shooting guard would definitely be a good idea. Kawhi will obviously be our 3. Might even start Hickson at the 4 next year, just because, again, we don't have probably limitless money. And, yeah, so maybe we find an upgrade at center and shooting guard. And then we could be a good team here, too. I don't know. So just looking at, like, the shooting guard options here, I mean, it looks like J.R. Smith is potentially going to be the number 1 shooting guard on the board. There's no real offers right now. If I focus on centers, maybe the guy like Joakim Noah, I am assuming it's probably going to get matched, though. There's also an option to maybe move Al Horford to the center spot, but they are both restricted, so definitely something to keep in mind. Marc Gasol's here, and we still got to pay Mike Conley, so we got to hold on a minute because we definitely got to see how much money do we have. I'm sure you're all just saying click on the goddamn thing so you can see. We actually have, I don't know if that's 2 full max contracts, but we have some cash to spend. So let's go ahead and make some offers right now. I'm thinking I maybe start out with an offer for J.R. Smith. I think he'd be an upgrade at the shooting guard spot. That kind of goes without being said. He's an 82 overall. I'll give him about $9.5 million AAV. And then between Al Horford or Marc Gasol, they are both restricted. So I don't know which one will get matched. If I remember this correctly from my previous rebuild in the LeBron era, Marc Gasol did not get matched when somebody gave him a contract. So I wouldn't mind taking a flyer here at Gasol. Maybe if I pay him like just a little high. That's actually a max deal. I have no idea if that's going to get matched. And then I'll throw a contract here at Al Horford. He's, the highest overall here in terms of big men, so I don't know. We end up with J.R. Smith and Marc Gasol. So I do not want to renounce Mike Conley. Do I have to do this? I do right now. Okay, so I definitely have to trade somebody. Let's see who is available for us to move. I think Jason Maxiell is number 1 on my board. Let's just ship him out. Thank you very much. Chicago, is that enough to hang on to Mike Conley? It is. So hopefully Gasol doesn't get matched. Thank God. He does not. Atlanta ended up... Oh, shit. We got to pay attention to this. That is a real contract from New York. So I am just going to give a max contract to Mike Conley right now. We're going to be a little cheesy right now. Do not... Oh, shit. Do not accept Conley. Accept J.R. Smith. Do not renounce Conley. We're going to have to do this for one more day after, and hopefully it ends up happening. So we're just going to give a max contract here to Mike Conley and one more day. So... do not accept Conley, do accept Smith, and do not renounce Conley. We are good there now. We can go ahead and actually give Mike Conley a contract now, and now we can bring him back. Welcome back. All right, so we've made some pretty big changes to this team. We still have Gibson to back up Conley. Obviously, J.R. Smith is now in Cleveland. He ended up in Cleveland in real life. I do want to find an upgrade to the backup shooting guard spot. No disrespect to Chad here, but I think I'm going to make an upgrade. We do need to find a backup for Kawhi. Hickson's fine. We need to find a backup there. Hollins isn't the worst backup in the world. And Sidney Farmar, who's making way too much money, it just needs to be moved. I mean, $4 million. Thank you very much, New York. And then in terms of, like, Houston, just, no. This is just dumb. I don't know. I have no problem with, like, I've said this before, 2K filling in rosters with, like, players that aren't real, if you can't actually find the real players. But when you give them, like, outlandish contracts, that's when it gets to be a bit much. That's a first round. Oh my God. All right, that got a little bit of a disrespectful move right there. It's fine by me. So we got to go make a little bit of a splash in terms of getting some backup. Shannon Brown is here. OJ Mayo is here in free agency. 32-year-old Tracy McGrady is here. I'm thinking I'm probably going to lean for a backup shooting guard. So OJ Mayo, I'm a big OJ Mayo fan. Dude was a bucket back in his day. Welcome to Cleveland. And then in terms of like a backup for Kawhi, or the small forward spot, guy like Carl Landry is only 27 years old at 77 overall, and then Kawhi's backup's not going to be great. I think we can all probably accept that. I'm going to be a little bit of an asshole right now. I'm going to go ahead. Oh, Dampier doesn't want to sign with us. I'm just going to sign two like kind of mid-level guys here, and I'm going to go ahead and trade both of them and try to find a backup for Kawhi Leonard because I obviously have to do that. So Keith Bogans, welcome to Cleveland. Luther Head, welcome to Cleveland. And now I'm looking for a backup small forward. Again, not going to be anybody tremendous, but somebody to back up Kawhi. Obviously, we know he ends up being a superstar in real life. Damari Carroll's only 25 years old here. Not a bad piece whatsoever. 2 draft picks. Ron Artest. Ooh, that could be a fun one. He is 31, so that makes me a little nervous, but he's a really good defensive player. You know what? Let's pick up Ron Artest. Welcome to Cleveland. All right, man. So we've kind of completely changed the outlook of this team. You know, are we a serious threat in the East? Maybe not quite there yet, but a little bit of progression. Another year of adding some talent. I'm feeling pretty good. I'll see you guys at the start of year 2. It is now the start of the second season for us here in Cleveland, and we are ready to go. This roster and this team in general is looking completely different. We are definitely trending upwards. This is a championship team. I don't know if we're quite there yet, but we've done a lot of really good things, and we definitely should be a playoff group at minimum this year. So Mike Conley obviously ended up re-signing with us. He pairs up with J.R. Smith now in the backcourt. We drafted Kawhi number 1 overall. He's going to be playing 35 minutes a night. Definitely want him to develop. J.J. Hickson is still playing our starting power forward spot. Had a good year for us last year. Might not be my long-term power forward, but he's here for now. And then obviously went ahead and signed Marc Gasol in the offseason. Bench is okay. It's definitely a revitalized bench and a lot better than last year, but it's still just okay. OJ Mayo, Carl Landry, Boobie Gibson, Ron Artest, and Ryan Holland. So I'm excited. I think this team can make a little bit of noise. I'm not saying we're going to be number 1 seed or anything like that, but I think there definitely can be some fun with this group. So I'll see you guys at the end of year number 2. We end year 2 with a really good record. We go 58-24, and I think honestly we might have overachieved a little bit. I definitely want to be cautiously optimistic come playoff time. I think we're probably a top 2 seed at worst, but I don't really think this team is a serious threat. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. That's just how I feel right now. Russell Westbrook is your MVP. Kawhi Leonard does win Rookie of the Year for us. Jordan Farmar, 6th Man of the Year. Dwight Howard, 2nd straight DPOY. James Harden, Most Improved. Scott Brooks, Coach of the Year. So we did not have the best record in the league. That obviously probably went to the Oklahoma City Thunder. And let's take a full look at the standings right now. We are a 2 seed here in the East. We're actually ahead of Miami. It's kind of funny how that is. And yeah, it's the 3rd best record in all of basketball. So that is obviously great. Kind of an entirely new team from last year. And I'm feeling pretty good right now. It's just, can we do it come playoff time? And I can't give you an answer right now because I genuinely do not know. So it is going to be us and the Milwaukee Bucks here in round 1. Here's a look at the Bucks. It's going to be Brandon Jennings, was a fucking bucket back in the day. Corey Maggette, Jason Richardson, Drew Gooden, Andrew Bogut. I miss Andrew Bogut. All right, so I think this team is beatable. I think obviously we are young, but they're not too good, I'll say that. We're up 3-1 right now. We close them out in 5. Beautiful. And oh boy, here comes the real test in the Miami Heat. Aaron Brooks, Dwayne Wade, LeBron James, Chris Bosh, Channing Frye. Now, outside of the big 3, you know, the surrounding core isn't that great. You know, I'd say maybe we have a little bit of better depth, but obviously the star power is full on here in Miami. So you imagine this series, that would be crazy. We drop game 1, drop game 2, drop game 3, and we get swept. Really no surprises there. I mean, I would have been shocked if we had even won 2 games in that series. Thunder go on to win it all. You know, KD, Harden, Russ end up getting a ring together. And yeah, I mean, for me, I think obviously we have to make a decision. You know, what do we want to do with this team? Do we think that, you know, another year progression, another year chemistry, whatever you want to call it, is going to be good enough to hopefully push this team over the edge? And I don't know. So we're going to have to decide that. Jersey retirements, cool. Historic changes or changes on things there. Draft lottery time. I saw a Cavs logo, so maybe we have a draft pick. That is from the Kings. I don't know if it's protected or not. I don't know. It's not. So we do have the 10th overall pick. Definitely not nothing. Staff signing. Mike Stauffer is going to obviously stay. And let's head up to the draft because number 10 overall is still something. We are at the 2012 NBA draft. And yeah, I mean, this isn't the greatest draft class in the world. Obviously, Anthony Davis went number 1 overall in real life. And maybe if I wanted to make a play for Anthony Davis right now, that wouldn't be the worst idea in the world. I just think it's going to cost a lot if I want to do that. But number 10 overall is definitely a pretty good piece. So hang with me. I'm making a play for number 1 overall, and I don't know if it's going to be possible. I'm going to give it everything I have here to try to get the 1st overall pick, but I just don't know if we're going to be able to actually... Oh my God. Holy shit. All right, well, Anthony Davis is officially going to be here in Cleveland. Now, I think obviously it is still a little bit risky to have a rookie starting on a hopeful championship team. You know, Anthony Davis, though, is really fucking good. And I think he came into this league really fucking good. I don't think he needs as much time to develop, and hopefully that is the case here in 2K as well. So we will see. Time will tell. We're going to go ahead and obviously have some pretty... Oh, shit. Have some... What the fuck? Damian Lillard sitting right there. Come on. But AD is an 83 overall. Obviously, that is an upgrade in our starting five. I did go ahead and trade Carl Landry in that deal, so you know it's just some more power forward depth that is officially gone. But oh wow, this is a loaded free agency class. I should keep that in mind for future rebuilds. Okay, so now is a decision moment for us. We have to decide, do we think this entire starting five is good enough moving forward for a hopeful championship season? Everybody in their primes, 100%. Here in this scenario, I don't know. So I'm going to have to make a decision for myself. If we're looking, can I maybe bring back J.J. Hickson? I cannot, but he is restricted, I think. No, he's not restricted. I could have sworn he was restricted. How about if I go this way? Because I think he's a good bench piece for me. But obviously, you know, we have Anthony Davis now. I guess I'm happy I got AD if it's not going to let me bring back Hickson. No, I can't bring him back. All right, that stinks. All right, so let's do some things right now. Who did we trade in the deal to get AD? We're good here at the backup shooting guard spot. Wouldn't mind making an upgrade the backup point guard. And, yeah, pretty much every other backup. So 3 through 5 is what we're needing right now. Good Lord, that is a bad list. Jesus Christ, what a dog shit list. All right, well, that's not fun. So I'm going to sign, like, Leandro Barbosa and, like, Kirk Heinrich and just hopefully go ahead and be able to trade both these guys. It sucks for losing Hickson for nothing, but you saw the game's not going to let me bring him back. So, yeah, let's just sign Leandro Barbosa and Kirk Heinrich and trade them. Jesus. We're making a deal here with the Atlanta Hawks. We're sending them Kirk Heinrich, who I know we just signed. It's just how I had to go about this rebuild. We're bringing up Jordan Crawford, who's 23 years old. Actually had a pretty good season last year if you take a look at his numbers right now. About 12 points a game. And again, he's only 23, so he's 6'5". Mayo's 6'5" as well. I'll probably move Crawford to the backup 3. He's backing up Kawhi Leonard anyways. It's not the end of the world. It actually goes up to a 78 overall, so he'll be the backup there. In terms of finding ourselves some new backup big men, that is still a work in progress. I have not figured out anything at this point in time, so we're going to have to probably go ahead and trade Leandro Barbosa. We still do have some draft picks we can move. I need either a power forward or a center, and just please do not make the Kwame Brown. I can't sell myself on that. Big baby Glenn Davis is here. It's not the worst option in the world. Trevor Booker's 24. I think I'm going to go with Davis. Welcome to the team, big baby. And, yeah, I think at this point in time, I still need to figure out a backup center. I know I said that a lot. I could just bring back Ryan Hollins. I'm actually going to sign Hollins. Then I'm also going to sign Azubuike here, and I'm going to try to trade both of them. Hopefully we can get this to go through. So, yeah, we're going to do that, and then hopefully one more draft pick. Hollins and Azubuike and another first-round pick from the Pacers. Please just give me somebody who's just a little bit better. Darren Jennings, I have no idea who that is. Chuck Hayes is here. I could low-key just move Davis to the backup center spot, or I could pick up Trevor Booker. I'll go with Chuck Hayes. I'm going to go with Chuck Hayes. All right, we're going to move Davis to the backup center spot. And, yeah, I mean, again, this team is okay. I wouldn't say it's great by any means, especially the bench. I mean, obviously, you know, hypothetically, I know I've already said this, everybody in their prime, this team's very, very good. But this bench still makes me very nervous, but I'm confident. I'll see you guys at the start of year 3. I'm pulling off a big yet somewhat risky deal here with Toronto. We're at the start of year 3. I went ahead and threw up J.R. Smith into first-round picks in the trade finder, and this popped. DeMar DeRozan and Andrea Bargnani, both 84s overall. Now, DeMar is only 23, so he's still a little bit young, but he's playing pretty well. J.R. Smith had a really good season for us last year, do not get me wrong, but obviously long-term, we all know DeMar ended up being the better player, and actually he even is right now in terms of overall. And then Bargnani is just a clear upgrade off the bench, which we kind of desperately need right now. So does that mean there's still another trade coming? It could. Honestly, Bargnani is really solid. I just don't know if I need somebody that good. I mean, we see progression right here. Everything's kind of looking nice, but I just don't know. Something about this team just doesn't make me feel very, very confident. So I'm just like curious. What are some trade offers here? Like, I could do this one and get Drew Holiday and Iggy. I might do that. That feels like a really good deal right there. This is just, young Jimmy Butler and Paul Millsap. I don't really know, though. Because don't get me wrong, like I could also just get J.R. Smith right back. This team, like, it feels like there's a lot of talent here. I just don't know how well everything fits. Fuck it. I'm picking up Drew Holiday and Andre Iguodala. Iggy's going to be coming off the bench for me now. So it's going to be Conley and Holiday. DeRozan and Mayo, it's going to be, and then I think it means Crawford probably has to get moved for a backup center. We're going to do that. All right, cool. A lot of trades here at the start of year 3, which is relatively rare for me, but, you know, I kind of needed something to happen, so I'm happy that I did it. And Darren Jennings might be my guy, honestly. Ronnie Turioff, I just saw. Bismack Biyombo, 100%. All right, let's set the rotation. After some pretty crazy trades to kick off year 3, we are officially ready to start the simulation. Now, again, I know I just talked about it, but it is very, very rare that I make multiple trades after simming through an offseason. It ended up working out really well for us today, or well, hopefully, but on paper, this team is definitely much better. I'm really excited about it. So Mike Conley, DeMar DeRozan here at the backcourt, Kawhi Leonard here at the 3, rookie Anthony Davis at the 4, and then Gasol at the 5. The bench unit is going to be led by Andre Iguodala, Drew Holiday, OJ Mayo, Chuck Hayes, and Bismack Biyombo. So definitely still some risk, but I think this team definitely got better. I'm hoping for a championship. I'll see you guys at the end of the final regular season. Year 3 has officially come to an end, and it was a very good regular season. Our best record yet at 67-15. We are locked and loaded and looking for a long and prosperous playoff run. Derrick Rose out here winning MVPs. Anthony Davis does win Rookie of the Year. That's back-to-back Rookie of the Years for us with back-to-back number 1 overall picks. Jordan Farmar, I think it's the second Sixth Man of the Year of this video. Dwight Howard, now a Memphis Grizzly, winning his 3rd straight D-point. Nikola Vucevic, most improved, and Stauffer does win Coach of the Year. So, obviously, we have not made it out of the second round yet, and that is a little bit nerve-wracking, but this team's pretty much completely different from last year's group. Now, it doesn't really appear that we have any, like, superstar scorer on the team, but it looks like everybody's kind of filling their role very well. Let's take a full look at the standings right now as well. We were actually 2 games up on the Bulls. Looks like they were really good as well. And 2 games up on the Thunder. So, whoa, voice crack. So yeah, I mean, it makes me a little nervous, but I think we're good. I do. This Bucks team, we beat them last year and we're way better now. There's just no way they're even touching us. Thanks for coming. The Celtics are probably still pretty old, but still pretty good. Yeah, it looks like they haven't kind of moved on from the core 4. Now, to be honest, they did win a championship in year 1 of this video, so that's not too long ago, but they definitely are old. So, holy shit. Oh my god. This is not the way I wanted this video to end. Oh, 2K's watching out for me today, baby. Oh my god, we just came back from being down 3-0. Holy shit. And now it is us and the Chicago Bulls here in the Eastern Conference Finals, excuse me. Derrick Rose just won an MVP. Sniper here in Kyle Korver. Luol Deng was really good back in the day. Boozer was super solid. Noah won a Defensive Player of the Year, I believe. So yeah, this is definitely a big challenge for us, and we go down 2-0 again. Shit. We tie it up 2-2. We go up 3-2, and we are in the finals. We are in the finals here in year 3, and we're taking on the defending champs in the Thunder, and holy fuck. I mean, I don't really know what I can do with this. They are definitely more talented than us. I mean, there's just no really way around that right now. I don't know. Or do we have more fight in us? I guess that's the only kind of way to say it right now. Let's find out. We win game 1. We lose game 2. Lose game 3, win game 4. We go up 3-2, heading back to Oklahoma City. Can we close them out in their own building and not let a game 7 come back to Cleveland? Because I don't typically do well in game 7s. Can we hold the lead? Oh my god. It's a 4-point game. I'll see you guys in there. I know I just said I was going to show you gameplay, but I'm not. I blew it. And yeah, I'm not showing you guys bad gameplay. All right, well, I choked. And for those of you guys who always ask, why don't you hop in more? That's why. And I'm not going to risk it today. So I want a championship here. Hopefully we don't blow this lead. And oh my god. Please hold on. Fuck it. We'll get some gameplay. Here goes nothing. I already blew one gameplay that I did not show you. We are back here to try it again, and honestly, I have no idea how this is going to go. There's a minute 5 left here in Cleveland. This court is throwing me off with all the weird shades of like beige on the court right now. Yeah, I mean, I choked the shit out of the first game, and that's why I didn't show you. Let's go up, and that's a brutal fucking miss. This is why I don't play, because I'm so bad at a game that I couldn't care less about. Oh my god, now I'm just getting bullied by Russell Westbrook. Kevin Durant here. What even is that? There's just no fucking way that was going to work. There's no way Marc Gasol can be handling the ball right now. This is Drew Holiday in here. This is a young Drew Holiday. All right. So, I mean, we're still obviously leading. This is back over to Mike Conley. Drew Holiday and Mike Conley probably shouldn't be in at the same time. Good screen there. Please give me that jumper. Good job, Gasol. Thank you. Oh, my God. This is stressful. This is why. This is why there's no gameplay from me typically. Unless it's a blowout. This is why I don't hop in close situations. All right, I want to make sure the starters are in the game. I think that gives us the best chance to win. And, yeah, let's just make sure they are in the game. So, it is a 4-point game with about 23 almost seconds to go. And we just got to not somehow choke this. I mean, mathematically, this game should be over But oh my god, if you saw my last gameplay, you would have been like, what the fuck did you just do? I don't know why I'm jumping at that. That's great fucking defense. I'd way rather shoot with Kawhi Leonard than I would with DeRozan. Alright, this one should basically be wraps. This gameplay was much more enjoyable than the last one. First free throw for Kawhi is up, and it is good. God damn, bro. I was screaming in the last gameplay. It was not pretty. So, yep, that's footage that's never going to be seen. That's the W. This one's over. I'll see you guys at the Finals MVP. We end up winning it all here in our third and final season. Holy hell. And Anthony Davis as a rookie is your Finals MVP. When was the last time a rookie won a Finals MVP? Was like Magic Johnson? Feels like it could be right. I don't really know. That was stressful as all hell. I'm happy that's over with. This was a fun rebuild, but oh my god. I need to start taking like blood pressure medication or something. Holy shit. All right, I can't even fucking speak. Let me know any other video ideas down below. As always, thanks so much for watching. I love you guys. I'll catch you guys all in the next one.